Richmond, Virginia. I'm retired right now. I was in aerospace with Boeing.
My name is Richard Serrano, and I'm from East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. I'm a network field engineer, and I do telecommunications.
My name is Phil Scheib, and I am from Alaska. I am retired locomotive engineer.
My name is Leanne Jack, and I grew up in Appleton, Wisconsin. So I'm a web designer and a front-end developer.
My name is George Brooks. I am originally from New Jersey. Been in IT for the last 33 years. And in between that, still cutting down trees, climbing trees, and all that other stuff in between.
My name is Terrell Lee. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I work at a small used car lot just to get out of the house.
I discovered this whole community of traders in the trade room, which, you know, I knew I was sitting in front of my computer at home all by myself, and now all of a sudden here is this community out there, which I found very generous. Everybody was so supportive and welcoming. It just really blew me away.
What makes us so different than other schools is that we're just not your typical school that's just going to teach you how to trade. We're going to go out there and be part of a family, be part of a team. We're looking for traders that we could trade together.
My name is Josh Levitin. I'm from Bethpage, New York, and I'm the senior instructor here at Cyber Trading University. What makes our on-site class so great, aside from the networking aspect of it all, just having our students meet each other for the first time, is the fact that myself and Fausto are very hands-on with our students in the sense of just being able to literally overlook their shoulder and watch their trade, what they're focused on from their platform.
Some news came out and the thing just popped.
While I can comment on what they should focus on online, they might not be able to understand that as well compared to having us right there in front of them.
I kind of like the idea of not being in front of a computer 8 hours a day, because I can't do that. So I kind of like the idea of doing it in the morning and then going to do all the other stuff I need to do.
Everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner. Yeah, it's like it's not worth it.
When I spoke to Fausto on the phone and he interviewed me, the thing he said the hardest thing for me to do would be to unlearn the things that I previously learned. And it turns out that's 100% true. And the stuff that I'm learning from him and from Josh and everybody has really made all the difference in the world in understanding what a day trader is and how it actually works.
Fausto and the staff at CTU University, they're really on top of everything. They give you good trade choices, and they keep you alert onto whatever's happening in the market at the time for the day.
Right, so we made a profit. What did I just say earlier? Just take the money and run, because guess what? If you didn't take it, how would you be doing right now? Now you're losing money. You're just trying to make that day's pay. That's all you're looking to do. You got it, you made it. Listen, for every stock, if that kept on going, for everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner.
I don't think you're going to find a better support team in the stock trading business anywhere. That's why I'm here at the platinum level.
You know, a lot of people want to go out there and trade and don't know if it's for them or not. And guess what? That's okay, because it's not. And the thing you have to look at is you have to find a mentor, you have to find a school, you have to sample a couple of things with a couple of schools out there, do a couple of classes, and you make the choice. But don't make the biggest mistake that people make. Go out there and be part of 90%, maybe even higher, of the failure rate in today's industry, because people want to try it before they learn. I mean, would you ever want someone to work on your loved ones that never went to med school? Or how about just giving you finance money to some financial planner that never learned finance? We are no different, but you are on the right path. The right path is you should be doing it on your own. And by doing it on your own, you need a mentor to show you how to do it. And that's what you're going to get here at Cyber Trading University. Hello, everybody. My name is Fausto from Cyber Trading University. Let me do a quick audio check. If everybody can hear me loud and clear, just give me a chat back. Let's get my little webcam up and running. Good to see you all. All right, good to see you all. All right, welcome everybody. Good to see you, Steve, Michael, everybody. Good. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Hopefully everybody's getting ready for their Christmas vacation and the Christmas holidays, obviously. But
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of happy we're getting over with 2020. It's been a really rough year for a lot of people with COVID and the fires that we had in California, just like everything, the elections, the camaraderie. But you know what? It actually was a very good year for traders this year, with the volatility. Some people did really well, some people did really bad. But you know what? We're coming to the point where we're going to start a new chapter. We're getting into 2021, and you got to learn how to play the games, because listen, if you didn't know what was going on or what was happening, I'm going to basically teach you a little bit about it. I'm going to show you how things work. And one of the big things I'm going to focus on today is that I want to teach everyone here of why everyone loses money. There's a lot of people out there that lose money, or they get involved with the wrong school or the wrong mentor or just the wrong place or the wrong stock. And it's really what it comes down to it. You just got to ask yourself, who really trained you? Like the video just showed you. You just heard a couple of testimonials in an on-site class that we did here. And these are people, if you look at them, they're just like normal people, just like you. These are not actors, okay? These are real students that made a commitment, and actually they were all handpicked. I'm just to let you know, we don't train every single one of you. Not every one of you here are really qualified to trade. And like I said in my video, that's okay. All right. You'd rather somebody be honest with you than try to make money on some residual on you and says, oh, don't worry. And they promise you the dream, and, and they sell you, they basically make, stuck you in some, newsletter, whatever it is. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to teach you basically the art of trading. Now, how do I know how to trade? Well, basically, I was actually a market maker. I was a trader. And I live here in New York. It's the financial capital of the world. And I've been doing this for 25 years. Okay. And, we have a, AAA rating on Better Business Bureau, no complaints. I got a 5-star rating on Google. We're endorsed by almost every direct access brokerage firm in the industry, from Thinkorswim, TradeStation, Tastyworks, all of them. I mean, just naming a few. I've done presentations with Schwab. Trust me, they would never have Fausto or Cybertrade University come and do presentations for them if they thought we were teaching people, that shouldn't be trading. Okay. And you know what? I know a lot of you here want to know if it's for you, and I'm going to talk about that. But the big thing is this. Oh, and also, done presentations on NASDAQ too. NASDAQ would never invite me to come on there. But let me tell you a funny story about this. Jill Manardrone right there, the girl that you see on the right-hand side in that photo. I was actually doing a charity for traders, people giving towards, I think it was like breast cancer event that I did. And she was the moderator, and she listened to my presentation, and she's, Fausto, could you please come? We need people like you to educate the world on how to trade properly, because there are people out there, they want to learn, but they're learning the wrong way. They're being learned by the wrong people, or they just not, and they're just not know what they're looking at. So, and what it was all about was NASDAQ total view. That's all I was talking about, NASDAQ total view. And NASDAQ total view right there is basically the key component of how the market works. Now, how do I know this? Because I actually, believe it or not, I helped develop that platform, being one of the original SOS bandits back in the old days. Okay. Now, I don't want to hear bore you people with, that I'm the best, and because I don't do that. Okay. I'm not here to brag. I don't do that. I'm not here to tell you how many championships I won. I don't do that. I'm older now. I got 3 kids. I'm married for almost 25 years. Happily, I want to make this, and I want to continue to stay with them, by doing things the right way, and give them, a better future, like I want to do for you, because that's basically what we're here. So the big question I have to ask all of you is this: why are you here? Could everyone just give me a chat back and let me know what brings you here today? To find out the truth. Okay, I like that one. Any other questions? Anybody else? Why are you here? Glenn says to learn. James says to trade and make it my job. Okay, not losing money. You want to learn how to make money. Learn how to properly to pay for college, Steve is saying. Understanding the market better. Okay. be consistent and profitable. All right, from Jeff Brooks. Great. These are great chats. And I want you to understand that's what we really do here. The main goal is here is you're learning, you want to learn how to make money, right? To learn how to make money, you have to first how to learn how to stop losing money. That is everybody's issue. Here at Cyber Trade University, we're not going to teach you how to make money, okay? Because there's no guarantee. If I could put it in your mind that, of the death of God in you, that you could blow up your account and lose more than that, I would, because you can. And a lot of people do. So I learned when I learned as being a trader, I didn't learn how to make money. I learned how to play the game. And, basically once you learn how to play the game, then you learn from the mistakes. And by having coaches behind you, listen, they have an invested interest in you. Okay. Because if you do well, they're going to do well, right? Isn't that what the whole game's all about? So what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for traders that, like some of you just mentioned, that are very serious, that want to be part of a team, because I'm looking for traders that I could trade with, that I can make money with. Okay. That's what it's all about. If you're that person out there that's a good listener, that really wants to learn how to do it the right way, then here's going to be opportunity. At the end of the presentation, in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to invite every single one of you to come to my original trading room, okay, in my trading room. And not only that, but you're going to see these people, how they trade and how they make money on their own without any of our assistance. All right. Now, I have one question I have to ask all of you. And let me just do a quick poll. All right. And my poll question is this. Okay. So could you guys just tell me where did you get, what type of education do you have? Like, where did you learn in your past? Did you self-taught, YouTube, paid courses? You got a coach and a mentor right now? Just want to kind of get the feel, because I want to share this in the room. It's always nice to have a questionnaire, now finally it's like, oh, somebody can finally put me in my spot. Listen, don't mind me being very brash. Don't mind me being very, rude, but I just hate seeing people lose money. That's really the point. Okay. We make mistakes all the time. We just want to make sure we're doing it right. All right. So let's end the poll. Let me share the results with you. So you could see that there's about almost 50% of you are self-taught. Okay. There's a lot of you that took paid courses and coaching, which is great. And for those that have taken paid courses, I'm happy that you're here, because that basically means you're not shy to learn, but you just didn't find the right person yet. And you know what? Let me give you a little advice. If you're trading futures, Forex, options, okay, which, by the way, let me do a quick poll on that too, because I think before, I don't want to jump ahead of myself. What kind of trader are you? Are you a stock trader? Are you a options trader? Before I answer that question, I just let me do this last poll question right here. There you can see it. Okay. Wow, everybody's answering this question a lot. All right, perfect. Okay, so me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me end this. Let me end this. Okay, so it looks like we have a lot of options traders, stock traders, a little future, a little bit of everything. So this is my take behind this. If you're not making, you don't have to make money doing it, but if you're not seeing any progress within 30 to 60 days, chances are you're not getting it. I had people told me, oh, you got to learn. It's going to take you 6 months. 6 months? If you're doing something, if you hired an employee and had a goal that he's going to figure it out after 6 months, trust me, you're not really a good owner. Okay. It doesn't take you that long to learn how to trade. People make it more complicated than what it is. I could promise you one thing right now before you leave. By the end of today's webinar, you are going to be so, how's the word, can I say, being in a nice way, disturbed, that you're going to realize, like, what was I learning from the beginning? Like, why was I not doing this? And someone was telling me that, because the big thing is because the people who probably train you were not market makers. Let me just tell you this. I am an actual day trader. Okay. I'm one of the original Souls Bandits. And as a day trader, I don't care what I trade. I just want to make money. I mean, that's the bottom line. There's a lot of stocks I'm going to point out. A lot of you never going to know what they are. You never heard of them. You might have heard of them. And you might be like, well, what do they do? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you, take this medication, okay, are you going to question and like, well, why is it green and red? Why is it so small? Why is it shaped this way? He's doing it because he's showing you how, that's what you need. Don't question, but when you know it, it's going to work. Okay. So let's get right into it. By the way, just a picture of a couple of, an on-site class. Just want to see those people out there. You see them, they're just like you, just normal days pay, people just like you. So the big thing is, can they see your orders? Now, first of all, I want to scratch all this fake order, BS. People think like, oh, how do you know these are real orders? They're fake orders. They're all real. You just have to know what's going on and what happens in the market. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin really quick. Okay. Ooh, Bitcoin. People look at Bitcoin like, listen, I'm wasn't a fan of Bitcoin. My son bought Bitcoin at $500. I thought he was out of his effing mind. I'm like, are you kidding me? What the hell is that? To me, it's just another penny stock. You know what I mean? Like, but now it's starting to catch some traction. It's got a really good story. Why does it have a good story? Because now I'm seeing, if you're watching the financial stations, you're getting a lot of mutual funds, banks that are now starting to buy into it. Elon Musk is also, looking to buy into it because he doesn't want to get killed with taxes. I know there's tax implications with it. There is currency implication. But the thing is this, there are other stocks that are moving with it. You don't have to buy Bitcoin to trade Bitcoin. Okay. I don't trade Bitcoin. Okay. I trade stocks, and there's two stocks out there that are moving side by side. So you had stock like Riot and you had Mara. Okay. So you look at Mara, and this is within like, what is this, a 2-day chart? This is a 2-day chart, right? Look at Mara. It went from $5 to $9. Okay. Where did it close today? I know the thing was moving the last couple of days. Where are we? Mara went as high as, X out of that one. Where am I? Mara. It's down today, but Mara went up as high as $14. Okay, let me just bring this up. Mara went as high as $14. You can see it right here. 14. That's a big run. A lot of it has to do with Bitcoin. Okay. So, and then you had Riot. You could see it right here. You can see a volume picking up. You could see Riot also big run up. The thing actually went to 15. Okay. This is a day trade. So you don't have to trade the stock, the Bitcoin to know that there are stocks in the that are moving. Listen, there's a lot of them out there. There is, hold on, let me show you a couple of other ones. There's a basket of them, right? Look what's going on with airlines. When one airline's moves, they all move on. American Airlines, Delta, what do you have? Carnival Cruise Lines. I have a basket of stocks out here that I watch, okay? So the thing is this. How do you find these stocks? That's what people always ask. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, and if anyone tells you that, they're lying, okay? I don't have a newsletter. I don't have an indicator. I don't even use indicators. They're laggers. I'm a leader. But what I do use is an indicator that a platform that we all have, something called a watch list. I just work off the biggest percentage gainers and losers. And there's a lot of stocks in a big percentage gainers and losers. Stocks up 50%, 100%. Shoot, we had one today. Here's one right now. Here's one today. Look at this one. Stocks up OCGN. It's up 225%. Look at that chart right there. The stock in 2 days went from 30 cents to $3. Now, granted, some of you might think that's a penny stock, which is okay. There was another one right now that's moving. Look at this one right here. It will not stop going up. JAGX. Stock started at $1. Look where it actually started 60 cents. It's up about 200%. Look at this thing going up like a beauty. Now, some of you look at it, well, why is it going up? I don't care why it's going up. Okay. All I care about is making money. My wife doesn't ask me at the dinner table, hey, what did you trade today? She just wants to know, can you afford to pay our kids college? So he's going to take a loan out. Okay. That's all they worry about. But everybody's got to go, oh, what's Apple doing? Oh, what about Apple options? I heard Apple's good. Oh, I know Tesla, but I can't afford Tesla. You know, Tesla is 700. Oh, is that, with the stock split? I'll trade the options. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many stocks out there to trade, everyone. You know how you know you're trading good stock? When you're risking the least amount of money with the high amount of reward. Okay. That's what it's all about. All right. So how do we find these stocks? A lot of them is through the scanner list. Now, history has a very funny way of repeating itself. So you just got to basically know what you're looking at and how to find them. All right. So where do we now this is where most people fail as traders. Look at the picture on the left. Tell me how many indicators you see. 0. That's the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. That's where the best traders are in the world. That's why they're there. Otherwise, they would not be there. Obviously, you can't go down there. You got to be registered. You got to be licensed. You got to be everything. Okay. But don't worry. Eventually, you might will be, because the way electronic trading's going, you'll be able to have bar mitzvahs and weddings down there. I had actually a cocktail reception down there, believe it or not. But the thing is this. You want to know what controls the market. What controls the market is high frequency trades, algorithms, trading. That's what controls a stock to go like Workhorse goes from, hold on, let me get my pointer because that usually kind of helps, doesn't it? Here we go. Where you have the stock goes from 19 to 24. You bought 1,000 shares of that stock. You would have made yourself $5,000. You know what? You don't need 5,000. You know what you need? Maybe 50 cents of it. 50 cents on 1,000 shares is $500, $100,000 salary. I think that's a pretty good salary for some, especially what's happening in today's times. So what do we do to get out there and how do we trade it? So before we do that, I want to do one more last poll. Okay. I want to do one more. Well, actually I got a couple of polls, but let me do this poll. Does anybody here have level 3 quotes? Anybody here have level 3? Let me see. I had a couple of questions here. Makes so much sense to go where the action is, Steve is saying. Well, Steven, listen, once you think you know, listen, one of my greatest mentors, Frank Ferrara, always taught me, he said, listen, Fausto, I'm telling you right now, once you think you know something about the stock market, you're going to lose all your money. And I'm like, well, I'm not a dummy. I passed my 7 license. They're like, listen, I don't care what you learn. It's what they do. If somebody's out, you're looking to buy 1,000, someone's looking to sell 500,000. You're gonna think you're smarter than him? Just follow the money. So we're gonna share this out. We could see that here we have. Let me share this poll. So you can see a lot of you. I mean, I would probably say close to 80% of you. If you're not sure, that means you don't have it. Okay. So let me get right into it. Listen to me very carefully now, because now we're gonna start to teach you how to trade. Hopefully, I put the fear in God in you, making you realize, like, what was I thinking of before I got in here? But now let me get right to the point. Let me show you exactly the easiest and simplest way. And you're going to see right now is going to be very disturbing. And you're going to start maybe going back to whoever even trained you, be like, I don't understand. Why didn't you tell me about this stuff? Okay. And you'll be happy to see, because everything we do, we practice what we preach, and you're going to see it live in the market. Now, there are ways the market trades in a certain way. And the way the market trades is this. You have data, and the data is basically telling you what the stock is actually doing. And I know I'm going to get a little kindergarten here, but I'm going to get a little bit more advanced. Okay. So let's start kindergarten. Okay. So you got a buyer and you got a seller. Okay. Now, when you look at level 1, which is what we call a ticker, if you look at, I don't know, anything on your phone or anything, you're basically looking at a quote. You want to look up at, if I ask anybody here, can you guys give me a quote on we'll just use American Airlines. Oh, it's trading right now at $15.82 by 15.81. I mean, you can get out it, you could sell it at 81 cents, you could buy it at 82 cents, basically. Okay, great. What does that mean? Who wants to buy it? What are they doing there? How many shares they want to buy? You know, why can't I be there? Why do I have to agree to their price? Well, that's the problem. Level one. It's like basically it's outdated. Okay. So now let's look at here at level two. Now, level two came out back in the 90s. Now, level two is basically outdated. You know, I don't know why they still have it, but back then it was a pretty decent tool. They changed it around, but basically what it's telling you is this. It's showing you who the buyers are and it's showing you who the sellers are. Okay. It's telling you what price they want to buy for and what price they want to sell it for, how many shares they want to buy, how many shares they want to sell. So you're looking at a big chat room, but there's one major problem. When you look at this, it's only showing you what the best price they want to buy it and the best price they want to sell it. It's not showing you all their buys and sells. So you're basically trading blind. You're like, okay, so he wants to buy 200 shares at 16.62, but he might be 100,000 share buyer at 16.60. You're not going to see that. So back in the 90s, just really quick history lesson. Being one of the first day traders, there was this big $1 billion lawsuit back then that market makers would, you know, the exchanges didn't like the market makers because they had a monopoly on what the market was doing. We all know what happened in the crash of 1987. You call your broker and they were not even answering the phone. So they wanted to build a platform that would keep these brokerage firms to honor their quotes. They wanted to make it very transparent. So that's where, which I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm not going to bore you, but that's where SOS trading came in, which is I was one of the original SOS bandits. But back then there was a big issue. And the issue was this. We had a big complaint because whenever a brokerage firm placed an order, you always had to agree to their price. I'm like, well, why do we have to agree to them? Can't we go out there and post our own bids and offers? So there was something that came out that was called ECNs, Electronic Communication Network. And I was actually one of the beta testers who helped develop one of the first ones through it was Island back then. And then NASDAQ bought it back from them. So basically what that means is that you are actually a market maker. You can actually place bids and offers out there with a direct access broker. And not only that, but you could actually see the order and you could actually compete with them. So what you're seeing here, and we go into great detail when you're a student of ours regarding this. So what you have right here is you're going to see all the orders that are out there. Now, remember, not only are you able to put those orders out there, but now you get to see everybody's order. Now, you think about this for 1 second, and I have a very important question to ask all of you. What is it worth to you if you're able to see 70% on the average of all the buyers and all the sellers out there in a stock that you're trading right now? What is that worth? You're in a stock right now, and you can see where almost 70% of where the buyers and sellers are. What's that worth? Good. I like that. Priceless. Endless. You get what you pay for. Anything else? Anybody else want to add? Huge amount from Carol. Okay. So obviously I can't even read it. So many of them coming across. So listen, let's go it this way. If you can't beat them, you join them. You know, you get you watch, what was the biggest thing lately besides COVID? Politics, right? You always hear them bashing politics, you know, Wall Street, politicians. Oh, we got to go after Wall Street. Wall Street's got to pay more. They got to, listen, I live here in New York, okay? I know exactly what they're talking about. So my thing is, why am I going to go bust my butt and go hammer some nails on a roof? I'll just join them. Why they are making so much money? A guy can hit the button and make more money doing that. So the thing is this, it's a great business, and that's why you're here. So what you have to do is you can't try to question what they're doing. You just got to know what they're doing and how they play it. So what I do and what I teach my traders is you basically follow the institutions, you follow the brokerage firms, you follow the insiders. How do we do that? We use the ECNs like NASDAQ Total View. Now, listen, this is not Fausto's indicator platform. This is actually NASDAQ software. Okay. You can get it right off NASDAQ's website. I preferably do not recommend anybody buying it until you join my trading room, so I can at least show you what it looks like. But I'm going to go over in detail a little bit of how it works. So basically, when you first look at this, you're like, a lot of numbers, looks confusing, may look fast for you. So it's not as fast and confusing as you think. As long as you could add, you'll be fine. All right. So you got your buyers on the left, you got your sellers on the right. What you're looking at is a negotiated system. People are just negotiating where they want to buy and where they want to sell DraftKings. Okay. So if you want to buy DraftKings at, let's say, $41, you would be down here. Okay. With these four other people, depending on how many shares you want to buy, 100, 10, 50,000, it will be added with these 324 trades. Okay. That's basically what you're looking at. So you're actually seeing the raw data of the orders out there. Now, how do we utilize this data? Okay. Now you guys get ready because we're going to have a couple of quizzes that are going to come across us. So here you have a stock called SpaceX. Okay. Stock goes from 1825 all the way up to 1960, right back down to 1825, stops, coincidental. I don't know. Does it have something to do with what happened at 10 a.m.? I don't know. But what I do know is that when it hit that price again, it went right back to 1940. That's a pretty good, buck long, buck short, buck long. You do 1,000 shares, 1,000 in, 1,000 out. This is why usually an average day trader does about 1,000 shares. I mean, it's a pretty substantial buyer, but why did it pick 1825? Why couldn't it stop at 1880? Why couldn't it stop at 19? Why 1825? Well, when you use the tools we teach you, if you look over here on NASDAQ, there's 100,000 share buyer, 102,900 shares looking to be bought at 1825. Now that's a real order. This is NASDAQ software. Okay. Somebody in the world is on NASDAQ right now and saying, listen, I want to put a limit order out there for 100,000 shares. Okay. Made up of 3 people. I mean, that's not a fake order. That's not, that's someone who wants to buy it. Now, let me just explain something to you. Here at Cyber Trade University, we don't teach you support and resistance levels. And people are like, wait a minute, that's like, what do you mean? Like, they don't teach support and resistance level. What the hell are you talking about? Yes, I'll tell you why. Because resistance levels are made from sellers. Support levels are made from buyers. So if the buyer is not there, technically it's not a support level. So what are you looking for? If there's not a seller out there, then technically there's no resistance. So you're doing things backwards. Okay. You have to know where the sellers and buyers are first before you can call it a support and resistance. That's why a lot of people trade, they're laggers and not leaders. Okay. So here we have an example of Intel. Here's Intel, brand name stock, goes from, I don't know, from 1230, right below 1, right before 1 o'clock, goes from 47, right up to 50, stops at 50, and comes right back down to 47. Now, think about it. How many times have you bought a stock and like, oh, I'm making money. Finally, it's going up. And like, why did it go down? I didn't see it on an indicator. I didn't see it on previous resistance because resistances are not made until you have the seller. And if you look right here, you could see that there's a 294,000 share seller sitting at $50. What more do you need to prove to yourself that there's a resistance levels there? That's your resistance, the seller, not some, 5 green candle bars. Oh, look, the wick and then the thickness and the previous, you could see the high and the low and the moving average and the Mr. Fibonacci came in with the MACD. I mean, I always joke around about that, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be a lagger. You want to be a leader. And leaders look for other leaders, okay? And the leader is the guy with the most shares, not the guy with the less shares, Okay. So is everybody following along so far? Did I lose anybody yet? Question. How do stocks go up and down? Can everyone answer this question? Everybody's good. How do stocks go up and down? Good. Everybody in this room, just write S&D. Could you just write S&D just to make sure we're all on the same page? Don't forget that. All right. Not support and resistance, okay? Supply and demand, buyers and sellers. Okay. So let's do another poll. Ready? Okay. So let me do a poll right here. And my poll question is this. Is this stock going up or down? Let's see how you guys answer this question. I know some of you have done this poll before. If you're done, please don't answer it. You probably know the answer. But right away, when you look at a stock like this, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it going up or going down? All right. So we're going to share the results. And you could see, first of all, I always say this all the time. You probably hear me say it all the time, but there are literally 6% of you think it's going up. Listen, if you really think this stock is going up, looking at this chart, you really should quit trading. I don't know if you're being cute or you know the answer, but if you really thought the stock was going up, you should not really be trading. You actually should quit right now. Because it literally, I have no idea why you think the stock is going up. The trend is going down, and that's all that matters. Okay. Now, for everybody that said it's going down, congratulations, you just passed kindergarten. Okay. You just passed the first thing. Now, here's a $64,000 question. Is this stock going to zero? Obviously not. It's going to stop somewhere. What do we need for the stock to stop going down? What do we need? Buyers. Okay, thank you very much. Tom, Umar, Avid, Jill, Zuher, Bob. Okay, we need buyers. Now, does a chart tell you that there are buyers out there? No. So you're wasting your time, right? What is going to show us where the buyers are? You need total view. You need level 3. We look at the book viewer. So we'll go right straight to the book viewer, and boom, right there we see that there's 102,000 shares looking to be bought. 259 people around this entire world are looking to buy the stock at $9. You really going to question that guy? You go right ahead, okay? Because right there is where I'm focused on purchasing. If I really like this stock and I really want to buy it, that's one hell of a buyer, because when you look at all the other buyers at all the other price levels, 300 shares, 800 shares, 700 shares, 1 share. Come on, please give me a break. The hell, you got 100,000 there. You're really gonna question that guy, because guess what? If you did, you were absolutely wrong. And if you were focused and you really like the stock, but you didn't want to buy it yet, well, why don't you buy it when those guys are out there? It's as simple as that. John says we need Fausto. John, listen, you need to know how to play the game, okay? And if you get this, then I'm willing to teach you, because I am looking for traders that I could trade with that could help me find these iceberg orders so we could all trade together and make money together. That's what trading's about. It's almost like a job. And I'm basically, right now, you're interviewing me, but eventually, if you join my room, I'm going to have to interview you, okay? Because we're not like some other schools where you're going to jump in, you're going to see 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people. Because honestly, I tell people this all the time. You probably have done your homework. I don't have 2,000, 3,000 people. I don't want 2,000, 3,000 people. First of all, I don't even know what you're doing in a room that big, okay? I don't know how they're even helping you. That, to me, that could be almost manipulation of a stock, believe it or not, okay? But I am looking for a core amount of people that I'm willing to interview and see if you're able to get this. And if you're that person, we're going to do very well together, okay? And if we don't, I'm just going to be honest with you, and I'll tell you what you probably should do to move forward. But if you get this, and this is something that you're committed to, and you know how to count, we're going to do very well. Now, let's move on and let's talk about resistance levels, okay? In theory, looking at Uber without looking at a chart, some news service or anything else, where would you think in theory that you might bump into resistance levels in Uber? Let me see how you guys answer this. How do we get level 3, George? That's a great question. I'll let you know at the end of the presentation, okay? But let's start off with this. Where do you think you might jump into some resistance levels looking at NASDAQ total view? Valerie, I don't know where you got 28 from, okay? I don't know where that number came from. But if you said between 5140 and 5150, you're absolutely right. You got 200,000, 219,000, 63,000 sitting there, right there. Now, without looking at some news service, without looking at some chart, without looking at anything, right away, if I was really focused and I own the stock, that is a number I would be concerned about. Because the guy at 400 shares, 200 shares, 100 do not scare me. 300,000 on the average, yeah, that I'm a little concerned about. And guess what? When you look at this chart right here, every single person looks at this chart would be like, oh yeah, this stock's going up. This stock's got nice trend, nice movement, nice everything. Are you kidding me? Okay, great. We think it's going to forever. Where's the resistance? Because guess what? You could sit there, and if you notice, it hit it, it came back down. It hit it, it came back down. It hit it, it came back down. It hit it, it came back. It kept hitting and hitting and hitting and never wanted to break that price. And listen, it went from 49 up to 51 in about an hour, but now here it is over 2 hours. It can't even move literally 40 cents. And you're like, what's stopping this stock? What is preventing it from going down or going up? Avi, how quick does it move? Listen, there are 25,000 stocks out there. 99.9% of them are not tradable for you. Okay. You don't need to trade stocks that are very volatile. I mean, I have, when I teach my traders, I show them certain category stocks between 1 and 5. The faster they move, the more money you make, the more you could lose. Okay. Slower ones move a lot slower. So eventually when the game starts slowing down, you'll catch along, but they don't move that quickly. All right. So here at Cyber Trade University, I came up with this word about 20 years ago after watching the movie Titanic. I call these iceberg orders. Okay, now it's funny. The name is kind of catching traction. A lot more people are recognizing the word. You want to know where it came from? It came from me. Okay, so I came up with this word because the whole goal is this. You need to know what's at the bottom of the water, not what's on top of the water. The visual is great, but you know what? You got to spend the money and you got to have the technology to see, because if you didn't, we all know what happened to Titanic. Okay. All those wonderful people just died. All right. Now, the next question I have is are these fake orders? Now, you know, it's funny. I was on a panel a little while back and I had this big confrontational with some analysts, you know, and he started questioning me about these fake orders. And, you know, here's this guy. I mean, I couldn't even understand some of the words he was even using. Must have had a degree in, like, you know, had a master's, a doctorate degree at Harvard. But, you know, obviously, you know, he didn't know how to trade. Okay. And then once I said, okay, Mr. Smarty Ass, okay, this is what we'll do. I bet my 100 to actually, I took out the money out of my pocket. I go, how much money have in your pocket? Okay. I said, I'll bet you $1,000 to your $10 that's a real order. Okay. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to find a stock. We're going to see that order. I'm going to use your account. We're going to execute it. Okay. If you don't get executed, I'll give you my $1,000. If you don't get executed, you know, if you do get executed, you gave me $10. And he's like, well, I didn't really mean it that way. I'm like, listen, can anybody cancel an order? Absolutely. But please don't believe anybody who says fake orders. I'll tell you why. You please tell me a brokerage firm that will allow you to put fake orders out there. This ain't demo mode. Okay. Those are real orders. Now, somebody can cancel, but they're real order modes. Okay. Now, let's look at this example right here. Does anybody know what time and sales is? See, time and sales are the confirmations of the transactions that take place. Now, I'm what's called a tape reader. A tape reader looks at the tape. We look at the transactions. We look at we look at the NASDAQ. We look at the time and sales. And if you notice, You see how this stock right here was trading at $12? Hit 12, it came back down, hit 12, came back down, hit 12, came back down, hit 12. Stock hit 12 so many times, but eventually busted through 12 and went all the way to 1380, right? And the reason why, if you look down here, the reason why I didn't want to break 12 is that there was a pretty big order, 44 different orders. But guess what? Somebody went out there and executed the person. Someone actually went out there and bought it from that person. So don't think a guy can't get executed, because that could happen, okay? And if it does happen, guess what? The only thing that's going to stop it from going higher is the next biggest seller. And unfortunately, there wasn't one there. And that's why the stock went from 12 to 1380. Quick question to all of you. Have any of you guys ever did a trade and as you know, and you sit out there and you're like, you buy it, and as soon as you buy it, the thing goes down. And as soon as you sell it, it goes up, and you always kind of feel that somebody's watching you. Has anybody had that issue? Ever felt that way? That all the time? Yes. Okay. Well, let me break it to you. Nobody's watching you. Okay. You know what your problem is? You are not watching them. That is your problem. And now that you know what that problem is, it's time to fix that problem. Now, another thing, I don't have time to talk about it, but if you come to my trading room, there's something that we had that's called level 4. Now, if you think level 3 was interesting, you're going to fall off your chair on something called level 4. I'll give you an example. We're going to look at level 4. We're going to look at a stock right here. And what is this stock? Let me bring this up really quick. Hold on. Let me show you something pretty cool. FENG is a stock that I traded today. Okay. So if you look at this stock right here, okay, FENG, this stock right here has a resistance levels here, and it kind of got some support levels here, right? Would you say? Yeah. You see how it goes, like, see it right there, how it goes from here to here to here to here to here to here. I mean, you could just trade the stock in and out 10 cents, right? So why was it stopping here, and why was it bouncing here? Okay, because right now it's at the bounce spot, right? So technically, this is support level. What makes support levels? Buyers. All right, let me just show you something really quick right here. You ready to fall off your chair? Oh, wait, by the way, look at that. It just went down. Do you notice that? It just broke it. I don't know if you guys could see that, but let me erase it. I guess I jumped ahead. This is called level 4. Okay. Do you see this? You see this line right here? There is a 217,000 share buy right here. Remember, you thought the support levels is here? Resistance levels here. The resistance levels is there. But guess what? There's a huge buyer out here. And you know what? You could sit there and you could look at that chart really quick. And let me see if I could, I'm sorry if I'm moving too quickly here, but you could go out there and you could add a moving average, a volume, a Bollinger Band, an RSI. Anything else that people like to use? Oh, MACDs. You got, I love the MACD. Got to use the MACD. Okay. I'll just do a couple of them. And you could tell me you could read that. Okay. And you could tell me that you could have figured that I was going to bounce there. Good. You let me know how that works out for you. Okay. You let me know how that works out for you. All right. This is confusing. This 213,000 share buyers sitting at 25. That's not confusing. That I could deal with. So it really bothers me when I hear these people out there and they watch these YouTube videos and get caught up on these commercials that people are out there, and they promise you the world. And please be very careful what you watch and listen. The best way to know when you're dealing with a reputable company, okay, which, by the way, here's a copy of level 4 going up. You're going to see all this stuff when you come to my trading room, is you have to make sure these people are credible. Okay. And the best way to know they're credible is see if they're being endorsed by market makers, brokerage firms. So listen, at the end of the day, let's not be confused because we're running out of time here. And I got to do some Christmas shopping. Okay. So listen, the whole idea, the motto we go by is the KISS method. Keep it super simple. When you make things more complicated, you think too much, you're supposed to, trade more and buy less. You don't buy more and trade less. You have to trade. The more you trade, the more you learn. You know what kills me today? You know what kills me? When I hear people lose money. Back in the 90s, I used to pay $20, actually almost $25, when I went to a really fancy place. $25 a ticket, $50 round trip. Okay. And I still made money. You get trades today for free and people still lose money. I used to spend between $1,000 to $2,000 a day on ticket charges. Okay. A day. I had to make $2 just to break even. I had to make $1,000, $2,000. People like, these trading firms made a fortune back then. Off me, actually. But tickets are free now. You still can't make money? Come on. If you can't make money with free tickets, you should not be trading, or you're just being traded by the wrong person. But you should be able to catch on with it. All right. And you know what? You don't have to make a lot of money. Make this a successful career. Okay. Like here at Cyber Trading University, when you come in our trading room, you're going to notice one of the biggest rules that we teach is no one's allowed to brag how much money we make. Okay. We always talk about in points because we don't want to discourage anybody who's a beginner, or we don't want people to have egos that are very good at it. But we always talk about like points. So if you're up, like, let's just say you were trading 1,000 share lots and you made 50 cents. 50 cents sounds like a joke, right? But you know what? At the end of the day, a $500, that's a $100,000 salary. You hear people on the internet, hey, I made 25,000, 60,000. How does that make you money? You know how much money, by the way, if anyone shows you that, do yourself a favor, run away, because not that they're not making it. It's just that, you know how much money they have to risk to make that much money? That means they're trading 50, 100,000 share lots. Believe me. I've been around the block a long time, and it's just not a matter of time where, the truth is going to come out. So, but everybody here has to learn from mentors. And by the way, like Rich just brought up in the chat room, when we're done right now in the next 5 minutes, we're going to play a quick video of me on NASDAQ, specifically talking about NASDAQ Total View. So you don't want to lose that. You don't want to miss that while you're registering. But I'm warning you, everybody here, you all need to learn from mentors, and you might need to learn from more than one. Okay. Don't be sold on the first person you meet. Okay. Because divorces are very ugly. All right. You want to make sure you do your homework. You found the one that you love, and you adapt to it. And like I said earlier, you might not be a stock trader now because you're a futures and options. But if you're doing it for more than 30 to 60 days and you're not seeing progress, you're not making money, chances are you better change your industry. You might love the business, but you're just probably in the wrong market. And it's not that the mentor is bad. It's just, listen, some people just don't get it, it's too complicated. What's nice about the stock market, it's black and white. When you turn on the news, they talk exactly what they talk about. All they talk about on the news is the stock market. So why not start there first before you start getting, oh, I like Forex because of the time, or I like futures because I got a good tax situation. I like options because, the leverage. You know what? Why don't you start with the stock market? And let me tell you, if you could be a good stock trader, you'd be a phenomenal of anything else. It's the easiest market to trade. All right. So let's enjoy life. Let's spend more time with our family. We know we're in really dire straits today with, COVID going on. We're stuck at our homes. Listen, you see that they just passed the stimulus bill. They're going to give $600 to somebody. Please do not even embarrass me. Okay. I don't need your 600. Please give to somebody else. Let's go. But you know what? You might want to start changing careers. Maybe it's time to look at doing something else. But if you're someone that really is desperate, needs that 600, you shouldn't really be trading. Okay. But if you want to maybe just even try and maybe have envision where you're at, then here's going to be your chance to do it. So what I'm asking from everybody here is I want you to come join my trading room for 1 week. Okay. And I want you to see the men and women out there that are trading just like you, who we've helped change their lives. okay, for the better. This is the original trading room. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning. We trade in pre-market. I'll show you exactly what happens in pre-market. I'll show you what happens after market. I'll show you which one of you asked me, how do you get level 3 and level 4? I don't want you to buy anything. Please save your money, save your time. Why would you even waste your time? Just come in the room and let me show you exactly how we do it. And trust me, there's a lot of schools out there that are my students and also my instructors. You want to know why? Here's your chance. Okay. You want the original, trading room, the original day trader? Here's your opportunity. But the thing is this, I need to personally know if you're a real person or not. So this is all I'm asking for. I'm asking for $9. Okay. Now, $9 sounds like it's something is wrong. It's too cheap. Okay. Listen, it's not too cheap. This is an actual application fee. Okay. I need to know who you are, where you came from. You need to talk to our education advisors. We want to make sure that before you get yourself involved in, we know exactly, what you're looking into. You just don't want to go into a room and like, oh my God, what am I looking at? And you know what? You want to have a good experience. We want to show you the professionalism, the customer service, all that. And, listen, and if you want to continue, you continue. If you don't, no big deal. No hard feelings. But if you want to find out the truth, this is what you can get for $9. You're going to get the live trading room for a week, 3 daily market meetings, a morning and afternoon watch list, your own personal education advisor, a weekly Q&A lesson, 100 hours of recordings, a crash course, all for a lousy, stinking $9. If you can't afford $9, you should not even consider even trading. But if you want to find out the real truth, this is your opportunity. We got the link up there right now. Just click on that link, register. Now, it's very important. There is a questionnaire that's going to follow right after it. You have to let us know a little bit about you, okay? If you don't, you automatically are disqualified to be in the room. We need to know a little bit about you before you get in here because I don't want to waste my staff's time, and I really don't want to waste your time. You got better things to do. So, but we were looking for a specific skill set of people that have a passion to trade, that want to do this and are willing to put the effort in. Let me tell you something about trading. When you start inviting people in your life, things are going to change. Now, as a bonus right now, if you're the first 20 people that do register, I will personally give you a coaching class. Now, think about it. When was the last time you ever spoken to the owner, of a company in a trading firm and was willing to do that for you? Well, now's your opportunity. Listen, I need to know if you're capable of doing it. I'll be the first one to tell you. If you can't do it, then you know what? That's a good thing. But you don't want to get involved and just do it because the price is cheap. It's got a good looking website, great looking commercials. That doesn't make you money. Okay. You know what's the most powerful brokerage firm in the industry? The most powerful brokerage firm. And some of you might think different, you might not. But they're the juggernaut of the stock market. Goldman Sachs. How many commercials do you watch on Goldman Sachs? How many, they basically 70% of their trading department, the money they make is their trading department. They're the godfather of Wall Street. These people are geniuses. Okay. But you don't hear them advertising on YouTube. You don't see them going out there and interviewing, their investors. You have nothing to sell, but if you get an account with them, let me know. They ask $5 million to do it. So my point is this, let me interview you. Let's see if it's for you. Come in the trading room. We'll go from there. All right, guys. Now I got about a minute or so because I have to run. Just a couple of people I want to do a shout out for. Got a couple of people just registered here. We got Tassan Jennings from Pennsylvania. Just got your registration. Well, it's pretty fast. You didn't waste any time there. Jill from California got your registration. Welcome aboard. Dion from New York just got your registration. Local boy right here. All right, good. Don from Chicago got your registration. All right, good. I've got people coming in. All right, so listen, don't go anywhere. don't go anywhere. We're going to play the video on NASDAQ that we're going to teach a little bit more about NASDAQ total view. So as you guys are watching, just feel that you register and go from there. Now, listen, there are over, I don't know, it's over what, over 100, 150 people in here right now. So I know we have students in here and everything else. I'm glad you guys are here, but go out there, make an investment, watch the videos. Let me teach you the art of trading. Let me show you level 3. Let me show you level 4. You're going to freak out with that. And then we'll go out there and we'll take it one step at a time. All right. But listen, I'd like to thank you guys for being here. I like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay. And hopefully everybody's being safe from COVID. You know, we have any issues with that. But like I always say, there's no safer place than being in a cyber group room. And here's your opportunity to do it. So let's go out there and let's go find out the real truth about it. And let's start, changing our lives for the better. All right, guys, good luck. Happy trading. Enjoy the video next. I'll see you live in the trading room. And then don't forget, when you have your orientation with your education advisor, make sure you book your appointment of a date where we could talk together, because that's the next thing it's going to get with that. So hopefully you're the lucky 21. And if you're not, you'll still have access to talk to another instructor. I just only have so many people I could talk to over the week. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Happy trading. And thanks for watching.